What is up, everybody? Sumlick here with my friend Admiral Morketh and Exo Race, and we just basically wanted to show you guys around, see kind of the stuff that we've been able to do, um, mostly with our railcraft and some of our builds. As you can see back here, that bridge back there is actually it's massive, and that's actually Exo Race's design that we've actually implemented in, and we'll show you that here in just a few minutes. But it's kick ass. But anyways, as you can tell right here, we are at our spawn point. I mean, really not much here. We used to have the mod Millionaire installed, and of course that this is everything they build. But we've since taken that out due to multiplayer issues. So let's give you the tour. If you come down these stairs right here, and this is basically the spawn point train station, because once you step out, as you can see, we already have a train all set up and ready. And once we start heading out, as you can tell right here, it's going to actually fuel up on, what do we've got it set for, coal? Well, we should have it set up for coal or charcoal, and then it'll fill up on the water, because up here we actually have a rain tank that keeps this water source full. But apparently, since it hasn't been raining that much, it's kind of empty. So, alright. All aboard. Where'd you go, Morketh? Ah. All we do is flip this switch. And as you can tell, it automatically sets to where we want it to go. And like I said, this bridge is super awesome, and Exo Race and actually Admiral Morketh actually helped out a little bit with it too. They did an amazing job with it. I'll actually have to give you the fly around a little while later. As you can see in the background, you can see Exo Race's, that happens to be his lighthouse.
Does a wonderful job on the lighthouse.
Yeah, he did an amazing job on that lighthouse. Exo Race is an amazing builder on this. He's just okay. And this is what we like to call community. It's basically just a community area for everybody just to come and do whatever. Of course, as you can tell, that is incomplete, but it's a work in progress. But this is the train station. And as you can tell from what Morketh did, he sets the destination through this computer craft terminal. And yeah, in this case, it is set up for Greenville, as you can tell right here. But really, here we have a refill station here as well. Each location has one of their own with their own watering tanks in some way or another with the that can fill up with. In this case, we got it set up for charcoal. So yes, you did build this bridge, but Morketh and I have actually had to widen it up a little bit because it was just too narrow. Okay, now we are actually going to be off to mine in Morketh's place. Morketh, if you wouldn't mind hitting the button, please, and let's. Thank you. Again, it sets the location, as you can hopefully tell. Yeah, we've got a couple of those. Well, it looks like we just ran over a skeleton. That little center
Oh,
area
that
we
was
just crossed is
awesome.
actually the switching relay for. It's the central hub to all four places that we have set up, which I'll have to show that to you a little bit more in depth later. That's actually right here our library, and this right here, that switch right there, it determines whether if you need fuel or not, depending on which way you need to go.
Oh, we didn't clean the lines out. That's right.
And as you can tell, we had a little safety feature in there.
At this one, let's go ahead and I'm going to shut the train down. We'll give them a little tour here.
But as you can tell, we are now in the town, our town, which we had named it Greenville. And this is just our little,
Y'all
like,
got night vision, yeah?
our little area where we park our trains at. But here is actually where you choose which, on which location you want to go to. This one, as you can tell, will go to community. This one will go to Fairfield, which we'll show you here in a little bit. Millionaire, and then of course this will just reset the whole system. And then we've actually got this door password protected, which I'll show you here in just a second. And all you have to do is just enter the password and the door opens. And then close, of course it closes after a couple of seconds. Of course, this wiring job here is all of Admiral Morketh's job. Of course, but as you can tell, since this is where all the buttons are, this is where all the magic happens. And then it goes through all of these pulsers and bundled cables and repeaters. And of course, all through their insulated wiring, and it all ends up into this terminal back here, which actually shows what you had clicked on this monitor, which you saw earlier. And then of course it goes to each of these wires down here, to which it'll light up a redstone torch, which will basically what's the word I'm looking for? Set the ticket destination to where you want the train to go. And then when you're ready to come out, you just push this button and try and beat it. But now I believe Morketh actually wanted to wanted to take you on a little tour of our little place, but and of course this lever right here shuts off all the lights, and then of course turns them back on.
All right.
Okay, Marketh, if you want to just go ahead and yeah, this was a nifty little program that he wrote because since we've got because we also have Industrial Craft 2, which has the I believe it's the EU,
EU.
and then we have, as you can tell from here, we have the logistics pipe, which also requires powering. So we have the logistics pipe power, and then of course we have the standard RF power too. So it all keeps, it lets us know if we're running low on power or not, and if so, we can figure out why, and so we can fix the or get power where it needs to go. And this is actually our water wheel. Well, oh lovely, more rain. But as you can tell, the water falls down from way up there to spin this water wheel here, which will actually generates our RF power.
Oh, the rain.
And if we come right downstairs, this is where the power comes in at.
Feel free to grab some berries if you're hungry. I got blueberries all over the
And we thought
place.
this would be a cool idea just to have the tunnel going underneath this waterfall. Yeah, you can see through it. And if I'm not mistaken, we're actually going to show you some more of our factory. Of course, this is another one of, this is actually Admiral Morkest's design for this bridge.
Yeah, it's not much.
It may not, it's not much, but it looks, I can only imagine what it's going to look like when it's finished.
Uh, so, yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Well, that's it for here.
There's really not much to show here, just a couple of machines with, as you can tell, you know, when you call an item, it's what it's gonna, this is what it's making.
I went ahead and power suited up to the top of the windmill here.
I'm gonna show you where we get our EU power from. We actually use the wind kinetic energy, the windmill from, I believe it's Industrial Craft 2.
Everybody should have flight modules installed. Unless, of course, you're going through the... taking the breezeway? Oh, yeah, you are. You're taking the breezeway.
Just a little, kind of a little balcony that he had built to kind of overlook the river and the water wheel building. And actually, we're gonna go way up there. And of course, as you can tell, this quite isn't quite finished yet, but I haven't built the stairs up here yet. So, alright, what do we have here?